It is Thursday afternoon. I think it's April 20th maybe. I was just out here giving the birds a shower. They're back in their aviary, and I'm letting my seedlings harden off. So you can see behind me how well everything's doing. In the back, I actually had to up-pot some of the tomatoes because they have gotten so enormously tall. I think I'm actually going to have to go ahead and sell some of my seedlings. There's a few I'm going to give away, but overall, if in their up-potted size, they would probably sell for $10, maybe even $15 a pot because they're all heirloom. And you're just not going to find things in Lowe's like Thornburn's Terracotta or a Dr. Witchy's Yellow or a Black Beauty. So I really just don't think I'm going to have enough room to put all my babies into the ground. So I'm going to have to, I think, try to rehome a few and maybe even make a few dollars while I'm at it. So right here in front of us, we have peppers and eggplants doing remarkably well. Even my day-till hot peppers are coming along nicely. But gosh, these tomato plants, I have found the recipe for growing tall, healthy plants. Now, some of them look a little leggy on the bottom because I have pruned their lower branches off, hoping that I was going to be able to actually pot them deeper. But they're getting tons of new growth on top each and every day. So right now, well, I hope you like my high fashion again. I'm forever in these giant aprons. I have to show them to you at some point for those of you ladies who like to protect your clothing. I'm in the sink washing dishes all day and my clothes get soaked. So I like these Japanese crossback aprons. They just are easy to put on. They don't hang on my neck. I literally have one on every single day. So I have a whole drawer full of them. I'm not always wearing the same apron over and over. I just have a lot of the same color. But anyway, when you look at this, I am making the pots alone that I had to up-pot. There's 20 pots back there. Plus all the trays. I have to carry them out in the morning and then back in the afternoon. So while they're in this hardening off stage, it can be really tempting when the weather's like this and we're gonna have a couple warm nights to wanna leave them outside. And even with the greenhouse, I could probably put the tomatoes in the greenhouse, but I'm not willing to really risk it yet because the temperatures are just going down a little bit too low. Now, the other night, I was potting up a few things that I bought, some flowers that I bought for bare root and cormers, and I bought some beautiful New Guinea impatiens from Costco. And I was out here getting everything potted up and the day just got away from me and I completely forgot about the fact that I up-potted my New Guinea impatiens and I left them outside. Now, we were not supposed to get any kind of frost, but I'm going to show you why it's very important that you don't act in haste and actually go ahead and start to leave your stuff outside just yet. It's just a little bit too soon. So right now in the greenhouse, you can see it's almost 90 degrees with the door wide open and the vent open. And these are my beautiful New Guinea impatiens that I got from Costco. They were $25 for an 8-pack. I've never bought these flowers before, but I was so awestruck. So I potted them up, left them out, and came out to this. Oh, my heart is just broken. I did not leave them out on purpose. You know, I don't know, maybe they got a little dehydrated from being up-potted and then that and the frost, it really just did a number on them. It looks like they might come back. Their root system is completely wrapped around. They were totally root bound. This guy looks like it's trying. They don't look like they are completely dead, but nonetheless, I'm pretty heartbroken. I have never made a mistake like this. So every night when I bring, every day I bring everything out to harden off out here around the greenhouse and, in areas where I try to give stuff shade and stuff that needs full sun. And then every night I come out, I put it all back, and then by the end of the night, I close the roof vent and I close the door and I make sure everything's tightened up. And everything's been growing beautifully. My lupins are growing. I still have all sorts of pansies in here, and my potatoes are growing. So, you know, it's great to have the greenhouse, but I'll tell you, never again will I make a mistake like I did. So one of the things that I want to say to you is, I want you to avoid the temptation of leaving your stuff out, or, you know, deciding that you're going ahead and go ahead and plant it in the ground. Please do not. Here we are considered 6B, 7A here in New Jersey. And there's one particular person, you know who you are. We were talking about possibly planting your stuff out, or at least a few. This, just the impatient is alone. I'll go ahead, and if these don't come back, I sacrificed 4 of my New Guinea, 4 out of the 8 New Guinea impatiens, but we don't want to sacrifice our seedlings of tomatoes and peppers and things like that we've grown. So we only have a couple of weeks left, guys. This is the final stretch. There's like 3 weeks. And then I think, you know, Mother's Day, we might be able to plant out before Mother's Day or around Mother's Day this year, which I think is coming early this year. So we just got to keep an eye on the weather. We have to be patient and love our little seedling babies, and they'll be ready to go out in no time flat. And before we know it, guys, we'll be talking about it's the end of summer before we know it. So let's savor these moments of watching our seedlings grow and all the hard work we did. And it'll be going in the ground soon enough. There is something I wanted to show you though. The reason I made this video today was not just to talk about putting things out too early and risking frost, but it was about my amazing spinach harvest. So let's take a walk through the backyard garden, and I'm going to show you all the amazing spinach that is growing here. Today I came out to get some spinach, and I could see it through the window in the back garden there. But I didn't realize how big it got. And just over the past 2 nights, this spinach that I've grown here in the raised bed from Tractor Supply, gosh, I love this bed. I had 100% success in germination in all of these varieties. Oceanside, Giant Noble, let's see what else is here. The Gigante di Inverno, Matador, Butterfly, Bloomsdale Longstanding, and this is the Cress. In between, I planted some radish seeds that should be coming up in here very, very soon. One actually heaved out. They should be coming up soon, so we'll have radishes growing in here too. I actually really, really love this bed. These little baby spinach leaves are perfect. I have so much to do today, you guys, it's not even funny. The grass has been cut twice this week. It's going to have to be cut again. We're getting ready to get all the beds all leveled and get all of this compost totally worked in. But first I have to get all of this spinach harvested so it doesn't go to waste. And I knew that it was growing out here, but just over the past 2 days, since we had all of that epic rain the other night, the spinach went crazy. And I know in this heat, it's just going to bolt. So already inside, I have a giant bowl that I harvested, but I'm going to be coming out and trying to get the rest of this out of the ground today. Wow, this is truly amazing. I mean, this spinach, even though it's very, very big, look at the size of this leaf compared to my hand. It's still very, very tender. So, and it's in actual, like, it's actually in pristine condition. I'm just amazed by it. So it's a little bit bigger than I would normally use for salad, but I'm going to go ahead and harvest all of it and keep it in the refrigerator. And I think I'm going to make a garlic, cashew, and spinach pesto. And I'm going to freeze some of that. And then I might do some creamy spinach soup, and I'll get that into the freezer. And here goes some more. This is, I think, the Giant Noble, and some of the leaves in the house that I pulled, these are tiny compared to the leaves that I've already pulled in. Look at this beautiful head of lettuce that volunteered over here in front of the corn bed. And I think I'm going to probably harvest some of these leaves. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure which variety it is that made it over. Obviously, it's one of my red varieties, but wow, that is gorgeous. I have some more pristine spinach here. And then this entire, see, here's what it looks like when spinach is bolting, which is a whole other conversation, you guys, because stuff really should not be bolting yet. It's just a little bit too soon, but it's all good. I have plenty. This is the Bloomsdale Longstanding, which is supposed to be slow to bolt. And this is the Gigante d'Inverno, which it was not bolting this morning. Literally, I just came out and harvested it. So in just a few hours of the heat, it bolted. So not a good sign for the garden this year. I did notice that there, everything's bolting already. Our kale bolted. My Brussels sprouts bolted. So I went ahead and I planted some radish seeds, but I'm worried that they're just going to bolt. And I think, I have some carrots. Well, actually I have like 23 varieties, maybe even 25 varieties of carrots that I wanted to plant. But it's like, should I plant it if it's just going to go ahead and bolt? I mean, it just seems like a total waste of time and energy to plant stuff that's going to just bolt. So I'm trying to wait until I'm going to give it a few more days, because next week here is supposed to be a little bit of a cold snap. Well, not a cold snap, but it's going to go down to more regular temperatures in the 60s. So I think I'm going to wait for this big rain to hit Saturday night, let the earth get really, really saturated, and then Sunday morning I'm going to go ahead and create some areas for my carrots and some more radishes, and we'll see how it goes from there. But this time next month, all of the tomatoes and peppers should be in the ground and starting to grow happily. So it feels like it's getting pretty warm out here this afternoon now, so I don't want to leave these seedlings out here any longer. They've been out here since around, 9:30 this morning. So now's the hottest point of the day, so I don't want to put them through too much and have those solo cups dry out and have everything go into stress and start to stunt on me. So I'm going to go ahead and carry in all my seedlings, and I'll see you guys in the next video.